CBS News national security analyst Juan Zarate. Juan, good morning.
Good morning, Harry.
I just think about that panel yesterday, and I don't remember a time when all on that panel sat there so stone-faced and so sober was their assessment of the threat of an imminent terrorist attack.
Well, I think what has happened, Harry, is a wake-up call with the December 25th incident. And I think both the realization that not only al-Qaeda is trying to innovate and adapt, but is trying to use its regional affiliates, in particular from Yemen, but also perhaps out of Somalia and North Africa, to attack the United States directly. And so I think the administration, through the intelligence officials and law enforcement officials represented yesterday, are trying to get ahead of the curve and trying to be as sober as possible.
And is the idea that the attack will be much more along the lines of an Abdul Muttalib, sort of the Christmas Day bomber, this kind of freelancing, somebody who went on their own for training, came back, not particularly networked in, not one of these very elaborate plans like 9/11?
Well, I think the challenge for the intelligence community, and part of the worry that the intelligence officials express, is they're not sure. I think there is the opportunity and the chance that al-Qaeda will be sending networked individuals, trained individuals, in particular from the regional affiliates. But there's also the potential of radicalized, inspired lone wolves trying to attack using simple methods. And that's what Leon Panetta was talking about yesterday. And so you've got to try to adapt and defend against both.
Yeah, or even, for instance, this kid from Denver was driving the airport bus. I mean, who knows how many just like him are out there.
No, that's exactly right. And I think the lessons of the past year is that al-Qaeda continues to try different methods and ways of getting into the U.S. Najibullah Zazi, whom you're referring to, was connected to al-Qaeda, sent by al-Qaeda Central to do, we're not exactly sure what, something in New York City. And so we've got to be very careful and cautious, and I think the intelligence officials were trying to express that to the Senate yesterday.
And one of the other things discussed in the Senate hearing yesterday, which we haven't heard very much about, is this threat of a cyber Pearl Harbor. What are they talking about?
Well, what you've been seeing more and more is intelligence officials talking openly about the continuous attacks that our networks are facing out of China, out of Russia. And I think this attack on the Google servers out of China has really served as the public wake-up call to the fact that this is happening on a daily basis. And I think Dennis Blair yesterday was trying to sound the warning bell that this is a potential vulnerability, a big vulnerability, and one we need to keep our eyes on.
A lot to be concerned about this morning. Juan Zarate, thanks so much, as always. Do appreciate it. All right.